Scapular control is the key factor that separates beginners from elite calisthenics athletes. It's the reason some people glide through muscle-ups like gravity doesn't apply to them, while others flail and struggle, barely scraping their way over the bar. This is why a trained athlete can hold a front lever like a human flag, while a beginner's body collapses into an unintentional limbo dance. Most beginners don't even realize they're neglecting this key component. They think calisthenics is all about getting stronger, cranking out reps, or muscling their way through a skill. But here is the truth. Building raw strength alone won't get you far. Without scapular control, you are like a ship with no rudder. Powerful, maybe, but directionless and destined to crash. To understand why scapular control is so crucial, you first need to understand the role of the scapula itself. The scapula, or shoulder blade, isn't just a stationary bone sitting on your back. It's a mobile structure that acts as the bridge between your arms and the rest of your body. Every time you push, pull, or hold a position, your scapula plays a vital role in stabilizing and transmitting force efficiently. Think of your scapula like a suspension system in a high-performance car. If it's functioning properly, your movements are smooth, powerful, and efficient. If it's misaligned or weak, you feel unstable, sluggish, and prone to breakdowns, in this case, injuries. Your scapula has 4 primary movements, each playing a unique role in calisthenics performance. Elevation, rising your shoulder blades toward your ears, like when you shrug. Depression, pulling your shoulder blades downward, creating a strong, stable base. Retraction, pulling your shoulder blades together, like when you try to pinch a pencil between them. Protraction, spreading your shoulder blades apart, pushing them forward. Mastering these movements allows you to control your body, reduce energy leaks, and prevent unnecessary strain on your joints. Without this, even the strongest person will struggle to progress in calisthenics. Imagine 2 athletes performing a pull-up. The beginner grabs the bar, pulls with all their strength, and barely gets their chin over it. Their shoulders shrug up, their arms do most of the work, and by the time they reach the top, they are already exhausted. Now, picture an advanced athlete. Before they even start pulling, they depress and retract their scapula, locking their shoulders into a strong, stable position. Then, with controlled power, they glide upward, moving smoothly and effortlessly. What's the difference? Scapular control. The same principle applies to pushing exercises. A beginner doing push-ups lets their shoulder blades collapse inward, making the movement weaker and less effective. An experienced athlete, however, actively protracts their scapula at the top of each rep, maximizing strength and stability. This is why seasoned calisthenics practitioners can progress from push-ups to planche push-ups and handstand presses, while beginners feel stuck. Proper scapular control creates a foundation for strength, efficiency, and injury prevention. Every iconic calisthenics move, front lever, planche, handstand, muscle-up, relies on precise scapular positioning. Front lever. Without strong scapular retraction, your body sucks, and your lower back collapses. Retracting the scapula keeps your torso rigid, preventing energy leaks. Planche. Protraction is key. Pushing the scapula forward locks the shoulders into place, creating a solid base for balance and power. Without this, your planche will always feel unstable. Dips. Keeping the scapula depressed ensures stronger, safer dips. If you let your shoulders rise, you put unnecessary stress on the shoulder joints, increasing the risk of injury. Muscle up. Many beginners think a muscle up is all about pulling harder, but that's a mistake. The movement starts before the pull even begins, with an active hang. Depressing and slightly retracting the scapula creates a foundation for an explosive, controlled lift. This is why elite athletes make difficult skills look effortless. They're not just strong. They have mastered the micro movements that make their strength effective. So, how do you train this hidden superpower? You start with drills that force you to engage the scapula properly, turning what was once an afterthought into an automatic skill. Active hangs, the foundation of pulling strength. Instead of passively hanging from the bar, pull your shoulders down and slightly back, engaging the scapula. This one small tweak strengthens your foundation for every pulling movement. Scapula pull-ups, unlocking powerful pulling mechanics. Instead of pulling with your arms, initiate the movement by pulling your scapula down and back, while keeping your elbows straight. You'll feel your lats firing up like never before. Scapula push-ups, bulletproofing your pushing strength. In a standard push-up position, keep your arms straight and focus on moving only your scapula, letting them retract as your chest lowers slightly, then protracting them by pushing the ground away. This directly translates to powerful push-ups, handstands and planche work. Wall scapular retractions, building static control. Start with your back against a wall, arms extended forward in a front lever position, and retract and depress your scapula while keeping your core tight. This will train the exact muscle engagement needed for front levers, pull-up efficiency and overall shoulder stability. One of the biggest scapular control mistakes is excessive shrugging, especially when doing pull-ups and dips. This bad habit puts unnecessary strain on your traps and reduces pulling power. The fix? Before every rep, actively pull your scapula down first. This sets you up for efficient, pain-free movement. Another major mistake is uncontrolled scapular movement during pushing exercises. If your shoulder blades collapse inward too much during push-ups or planche attempts, you're bleeding power and losing stability. To correct this mistake, focus on protracting at the top of each push-up, consciously spreading your shoulder blades apart. And finally, one of the most overlooked mistakes, passive hanging. If you find yourself limply hanging between pull-ups, you are wasting a golden opportunity to build strength. Instead, make active hangs a habit. Every time you grab a bar, engage your scapula before you even think about pulling. Scapular control isn't just a detail, it's a foundation of true calisthenics mastery. It is what allows you to move with precision, control and efficiency, instead of relying on brute force. If you've ever wondered why some athletes make difficult skills look effortless, now you know. It is not magic, it is not superhuman strength. It is mastery of the small details, starting with the way they control their scapula. So, if you're serious about leveling up, start treating scapular engagement like your secret weapon. Train it, refine it, make it second nature. And soon you'll find yourself breaking through plateaus, unlocking new skills and moving with the kind of strength and control that make people stop and stare. If you found this video helpful, send it to someone who is struggling with their form. As always, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel to support my work. I'll see you in the next session.